Hey guys, so this is a really cool example of a beautiful driveway leading down to the ocean. This is why I love the moonlighting effect, and I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it in this video, but we've got about 3 or 4 lights up above in the tree shining down. And if you can see, this is what's cool, is we kind of light the driveway and create these cool shadowing patterns that make it look like we have a full moon. And by far my favorite feature and the thing we get commented on the most. Yes, it is a lot more work to get those lights up in the trees, but the effect is pretty phenomenal. So if you are up for it, I would definitely recommend a combination of some down lighting and some up lighting on the trees. Create some really cool effects.
Hey guys, it's Cal from the Lighting Doctor here. I hope you guys enjoy this video with some more great landscape lighting tips. To learn more about landscape lighting, go and check out our website at lightingdoctor.ca, or if you want to see what a real quality landscape light should look like, go and check out our Try It Before You Buy It offer, where you can get a premium quality fixture at a discounted rate with your very own battery pack, so you can go and test out how that light's going to look and feel what a real premium quality light should look like. So go and check us out at lightingdoctor.ca, or go watch more videos on YouTube just by searching for the Lighting Doctor.
We'll take a quick look at the cottage here. You know, nighttime pictures never quite do it justice. I think the only thing we're missing that I would add here is on the front porch, we're going to put a little down light there to highlight it, but I think the light in the 2 sides of the windows was nice, create some symmetry. We're just missing a little bit of a dark spot in the middle there, and then as we kind of go around the side, we only use 6 lights on this guy, which is nice, but we just kind of highlight it again around the side here. Just to give a little bit, and as it gets darker, you really be able to see the subtleties in the light. A little bit higher up is just tough to see right now, and then again by the entrance we did the same thing over on this side, and I think everything turned out really nice. Very subtle lighting, but just enough to make it pop so that you can kind of see it from a distance. And then we'll show you the driveway here again as we get a little bit better light as it gets a little bit darker here. Hey guys, so I'm just rolling up to the house here, and again, nighttime pictures never do it justice, because I really wish you could see what I see here with these giant cedar trees that are just very subtly lit up, a cabin lit up in the background, some nice deck lighting, as well as the cottage on the side that they're converting into, believe it or not, a little goat ranch. So the goats will have some nice light, and then we're gonna just move down the driveway here, which is probably my favorite area. So we have a bit of a dark spot here just because of lack of trees and stuff, but closer to the house and the entryway coming in is where everything really stands out. And you'll see as we kind of get to our first light, what's cool is we were able to get this one up nice and high in the trees above some of the branches and create some cool shadows here. I wish we had more trees around the driveway in this area, because I would do this even more, but it really stands out. Lights the base of the tree, as well as we have another tree lit just to the right of it here. Coming from this way, you don't see it as much, but driving up the driveway, it really stands out. And then, in my opinion, the real highlight here is actually from the gate coming up. We've got a bunch of trees lit from down below shining up, and then we've got some amazing shadowing happening here that really makes this front entryway stand out. This is why I love the downlighting effect. We can see all the shadows of the trees, and just some really cool effects. And not only that, but now as you drive up to the gate, it really stands out here, and we'll see if we can't get a picture from the roadside for you. This is what you see when you pull up to this at night, which is really cool. And we're going to be adding a lot more things to this property. I'm going to talk to them about a couple ideas, but it's a pretty inviting entryway to come into now, and I think probably the thing I'm most excited about, except for Deer, who just came through our path here. Even he likes the entryway. So that's the magic of downlighting, guys. It's my favorite thing to do. It's a lot of work, lugging a ladder around and all that, but the effect, as you can see, is worth it. Just another cool example. If you can see this top peak here, where we used a couple gutter mounts and just focused them in on that top peak. Really turns out second story peaks, definitely something you want to focus on if you can get the lights up there. Definitely brings your landscape lighting plan to the next level. We are just wrapping up a project in West Palm Beach, Florida here. Really cool project. We had lots of fun palm trees to work with, some cool pool areas, and lots of other things. So I'll kind of walk you through some things there, as well as I will give you some kind of quick tips for wiring, selecting your transformer, and then some cool ideas on some things we did with this property that sometimes we miss out on. Originally we had looked at this project and we were upwards around 60 lights or so, and anytime you're doing landscape lighting, I find that eventually you get to that number, but it's tough to believe that you need that many, and a lot of people think that it's going to be too bright. So the fun thing is that a lot of times the homeowners or yourself, you're gonna knock it down to maybe 30 lights, and what that really forces you to do is get creative, and that's some stuff we were able to do on this property. When we were downsized to about 36 lights, we really had to look at where we were going to place those and the different things we were going to do, and keep in mind different viewing angles. And there were certain areas that we were going to light up that we eventually we just skipped them because we found that they weren't in the key areas that we wanted our eyeballs and our visitors' eyeballs to go to. So I always challenge you, if you're stuck with landscape lighting, you don't know where to start, just start small. You can always add on later, and the fewer lights you kind of start with, sometimes it just forces you to be a little bit more creative, which is fun. So I'm going to walk you through some more things we did on this project. I hope you guys get some good tips. If you have any questions, be sure to send me your emails at cal@lightingdoctor.ca, and I'll see you in a few more seconds. I just wanted to explain about something that we do all the time. It doesn't matter how many thousands of lights we put in, it's still a good idea. Luckily we got on this property, we got here the night before, and the first thing we did is we took our lights and the King Innovation Insta-Light that we throw in all our kits. You can get it with our Try Before You Buy a kit, which is basically this battery pack that you can just plug your lights into. And that first night, before we even though we had a design, sometimes when you step on site and you determine how many lights you actually have, you're gonna have to maneuver some stuff. And that's why that King Innovation Insta-Light is a great tool for that, because then you can just go plug in these lights. And we literally walked around the property for an hour and a half and put different lights in different areas so that we could find out exactly where we wanted to put those before we started digging holes and doing all that kind of stuff. And because of that tool, we actually found some ways to get really creative and reduce some of the amounts of lights that we were using on the property, because we were just able to place and test those lights before we did any work. So it's a great tool, comes in all our kits. You get it with your Try Before You Buy It light, so it's something that you definitely want to take advantage before you even start your project. When you order your kit, grab one light and go and play around. And even with that said, we went that day and we placed all our lights. We got everything wired, which I always try and do the first day, is get everything wired, but we don't bury anything, because I want to see how those look at night first, because we might have to go make some adjustments. And that's exactly what I'm doing right here. Is we had some lights that really look good, but we have such a cool, unique kind of palm tree behind us that we decided to put another light. And the way we did that again is that we had our lights set, we knew where we wanted to put them, we placed them, and we had to move them a couple feet to get the desired effect. But then we took our battery pack and took another light and put it in some different areas around that same tree, and now we've got two lights that are going to be really highlighting this nice tree behind me. So again, test everything out the night before, so you can kind of get a real good idea of what lights you want where. And then that first night, just wire everything back to the transformer. Don't worry about burying anything that first day, because you're probably going to want to make changes. And that night, go around, see how things look, move lights a foot or two here or there. You'd be surprised how a foot here and there can sometimes make all the world of difference. Play with viewing angles, which side of the tree, which side of the feature that you're lighting looks best. So and that's something you can easily do again with that Insta-Light, the battery pack, because then you can just have a light in your hand and walk around everywhere. It's easier to do that than when everything's wired, but still take that extra step after you get everything wired. go make sure everything looks the way you want. The whole purpose of this is you buy a premium quality light. You don't want to have to do this again, or you don't want to have to do this over and over year after year. So go and make sure you get it right the first time. Doesn't mean you can't add on, doesn't mean you can't make it better, but you can get a real good design just by going and testing it. And it might be a cliche, but seeing is believing. Sometimes you have to see it before you can really understand what that effect's going to look like. So test it with the King Innovation Instalight. It comes in all our Try Before You Buy It offers, as well as all our kits come with it, because we want you guys to get the best design possible.
So what you're going to find in your Try It Before You Buy It landscape lighting kit is 4 things. You're going to find our RS uplighting fixture from FX Luminaire. You're going to find our wash lighting fixture from FX Luminaire. And you're going to find our path lighting fixture from FX Luminaire, which are 3 of the most used lights that we use in any of our landscape lighting projects. And along with that, it's going to come with a King Innovation Instalight, which is a battery pack that's going to allow you to go and test out these lights on your property to see which lights are going to look best where. The Try It Before You Buy It kit is a chance for you to go and feel the difference between a good quality light and a premium quality fixture and the poor quality lighting that you're going to find online and in a lot of other stores. So you get to test those lights out for 14 days. Go and plug them in, test them out on your property, see what's going to look best. And if you don't love it, you send it back to us and you get a full refund. And if you do, you keep those lights at a discounted rate and you just get whatever else you need. And then to help you with that, we've come up with our free consultations where you can actually send me pictures of your property, and we're going to help determine what are going to be the best lights to use in the best spots around your property to make your landscape lighting project run as smooth as possible. So I hope you guys take advantage of our Try It Before You Buy It kit with our uplight, our wash light, and our path light, and I look forward to hearing from you. Guys, I just wanted to show you this real quick. If you see here, we got this bed area, and this was an area that was totally isolated, that we couldn't get wire to really. We got this nice, beautiful brick walkway here, but we're out on Vancouver Island where it is an island, most of it's rock, and there's just no way we could tunnel underneath that sidewalk without going super deep and totally messing up the gardens. So what we did is, if you see behind me here on this bush that goes up and then across the doorway here and then back down, what we did is we actually used the gutter, and we actually ran wire up the gutter, over the doorway, and down into this bed here, and we were easily able to do that. And now we didn't have to tear up the whole garden, but we can get power here and still keep all our lights on the same transformer. So sometimes you got to be a little creative with how you get wire to different areas, but there's always a way, and you'd never even know that that wire's there, because where we came back down in the bed is right behind a trellis that we ended up highlighting and featuring anyway, that you guys can't tell from the video, but I can see it's starting to look really good, so I'm glad we lit that up. And that wire's totally hidden, so you'd have no idea how we got that wire there. So sometimes you got to be a little creative. You don't always have to go into the sidewalk, so think of alternative ways. I'm going to try and do this real quick because we got a lot of drive traffic here, but this is why we light up pillars. We got a couple in-ground lights that are lighting this entryway, and they look really good. So I mean, anytime you got an entryway, whether it be to your home or to your driveway, I think you're doing it a huge disservice if you don't get some lights in there. I like the in-ground lights too, because they start right at the base, so they light that whole thing up from top to bottom. So something to consider anytime you got a nice entryway is definitely use those in-ground lights. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video presentation with some great tips and tools on how to go and properly and effectively light up your landscape. And be sure, if you want your own free consultation video, just send me an email at cal@lightingdoctor.ca with a few pictures of your property, and we'll get back to you with some really cool ideas and ways to go and effectively light your property. And be sure to watch the videos after this one for more tips on how to install landscape lighting, as well as how to light up your landscape the best way possible.